Hi guys, Shaz here. We're talking about Married at First Sight, Season 17. If you're ready, grab your veils and let's chat. So in today's Road to the Honeymoon, we are talking about Emily and Brennan. So when we spoke about Michael's very short road to his honeymoon, he spoke about not being a typical Denver guy. And I asked you, what does that mean? No one responded, so I had to go and Google it for myself. And I kid you not, this is what came up. Anyone familiar there? Emily has just been told that she's been matched by the experts and she's off to tell her friends all about it.
I'm actually engaged and getting married in 2 weeks.
So what do we know about Emily? We know that she loves her golden goblets. And who doesn't? She's also a self-confessed party animal.
I do consider myself to be the life of the party.
She told us that she's never been in a serious relationship.
I would say I've never made it past date number 3.
And then she gets ghosted.
I don't get it, but here we are.
So she's just really looking for someone who's ready for commitment and she is ready to give it her all. So back at the reveal, her friends are a little bit skeptical.
You're ready for that?
Yeah. Do you think I'm not?
And Emily is trying to sort of justify why she feels like she's definitely ready for this, but they don't seem convinced at all.
And I don't want to talk about her, and I think she's so into what makes her happy, what's gonna work for her long term, that she needs to take a step back.
I mean, tell us what you really think.
I'm only gonna do me.
That's all you ever do.
Yep.
Ouch! So then we move to Brennan and he's about to tell his friends about the engagement. What is it about this guy? He looks really smug or arrogant. Anyway, he gets straight into it.
What if I told you I was getting married in 2 weeks? Going on Married at First Sight. You guys ever heard of that show?
Well, it seems his friends didn't even know he was part of the process. And I'm wondering, is this a red flag? That he doesn't share this kind of stuff with his nearest and dearest? Anyway, they are men of few words.
Congrats.
Yeah.
I guess. Cheers.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe?
So who is Brennan? He may be a typical Denver man, but Brennan is actually from New York. He describes himself as, well, basically rude.
You know how to say excuse me when you're in New York, right? It's, hey, I'm walking here.
He talks about his parents' relationship.
They don't know how to communicate. You know, most of the time it was fights.
And he feels like because of this, it was probably an issue for him in his past relationships. So communication in his marriage is going to be super important to him. He carries on to describe his parents' relationship as toxic. He does admire them though because of how they've worked through all their issues.
I can't get a divorce. I'm gonna get married once.
How do you guys feel about Brennan? Please let me know in the comments because I have red flags popping up all over the place. Back at the reveal, his friends are asking him what he's going to do if he feels like the experts got the match wrong.
What, are you just gonna live with somebody that is not right for you for the rest of your life?
And yeah, that's pretty much what he's gonna do.
It's my wife, so I have to.
They warn him that he's going to need to be vulnerable, which is a side they've never seen.
I'm nervous for you.
Then it's time to shop for the dress and the suits, and Emily wants her dress to show off her personality.
I want to come across as a classy, elegant, yet badass bitch.
Brennan also wants to make a good first impression.
You're great at first impressions, though, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah, he's really made a great first impression on me. One day to go until the wedding, and it's time for the bachelor and bachelorette parties. Emily is ready for this. Shots are flowing, strippers are stripping, and they're both having a great time.
Look.
Emily was really getting down and, well, I don't know what she was doing. But as long as she had a great time, You go, girl. It's the day of the wedding, and they both arrive at the venue to get prepped. Emily is feeling excited. She's ready to do this damn thing. Brennan is feeling calm, but he is a bit worried about whether they'll vibe, how their parents will feel, and whether they'll have a connection. Emily's friends, on the other hand, are asking her what she'll do or say if her husband asks her about her previous relationships. So they are really concerned about this. It's go time and the nerves set in.
Wait, hold on. I'm like sweating. Okay. Yeah.
Brennan has a moment with his parents.
I'm very proud of you for working so hard to try to find your soulmate.
Well,
I don't think his father agrees. What do you think? Anyway, his dad has the best advice for him.
do everything to make her happy.
And with one last parting shot,
Everybody in our family only had one wedding, so.
time to go. They exchange vows.
Today marks the accomplishment of a lot of firsts for me. My first time being in a relationship, my first time being married. I will always have your back and always defend you, so giddy up, babe, because I am in it for the long run.
I stand before you today, ready to be your husband. We might not know each other yet, but I already know that I wouldn't choose anyone else to join me on this crazy ride. I do.
I did. Oh.
If
I
you do, please say I do.
I do.
They exchange rings.
With this ring,
I wed you, Emily,
please wear it as a sign of my commitment
as a notice to the entire world that I am your husband.
that I am your wife.
And just like that.
I now pronounce you a married couple.
But wait, will they kiss? Wowza. Do they kiss? So they go off and they have a quick little chat, and Brennan's first question is...
Never been in a relationship?
And his next question is...
I'm your type.
Well, like looks-wise, we'll see if you pass the personality test.
Sure.
But Emily also has some really important questions to ask.
Does your family like to party?
Yeah, their conversation is a little bit awkward, but they seem to be getting along okay for now. They go off to have some wedding photos taken, and then it's on to the reception. Emily and Brennan talk about how old they are. They talk about which cars they drive. They cut the cake.
How do you do it?
Yeah!
They do the garter and bouquet things. And then they get a chance to talk to each other's family and friends. Of course, the first question for Emily is...
So, you mentioned this is your first relationship?
Yeah, and I just, haven't found the right guy.
They do give Emily some insight into Brennan, though.
The biggest thing for Brennan is communication.
And of course, the all-important question.
So, Emily, you guys get to the hotel room.
Are you gonna whip out the lingerie and the handcuffs?
And then what did she say? So she said, I'm open to whatever happens where, things go a little bit more.
I'm gonna take his lead.
Then they are off for their first night together as a married couple. Brennan is helping Emily out of her dress, and they get ready for night one. The next morning, they're having breakfast in bed, and they're chatting about how awesome their cuddle session was.
Usually married couples have sex on their wedding night, but I decided no.
It seems Brennan wants to take things a bit slower, which is fine with Emily. They are talking about their morning routines, and then it's time for them to have brunch with their in-laws.
But was her energy, too much for you?
Oh, it was awesome.
Don't you love how he's rubbing his leg? Seems a bit nervous there, doesn't he? Brennan's mom has a question for Emily.
So what kind of wife do you think you're gonna be?
And Emily waffles a little bit.
So I want to be a great wife, and I think my mom was a great wife, and why my parents are very happily married. I don't know what the right word is.
Nurturing.
Nurturing.
Oh, and then Brennan gets a good question from Emily's sister.
How do you feel like you are with dealing with conflict?
I mean, I'm always trying to get better at dealing with conflict. I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it, so.
Emily does get some insight into Brennan's personality.
Here and there, he tends to be abrupt. He gets a little temper.
And back at the gym, they are comparing notes on how brunch went.
We're gonna figure it out, because, you know, I'm like super into you, so like.
When there's a knock at the door and it's honeymoon time. And they are getting right into the spirit of it.
For the best.
For this recap, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please leave me a comment. As always, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my next Married at First Sight recaps. Love you guys, stay awesome, bye!